Hello, so today we're going to be converting between customary units of length. Customary units of length are just like foot, yard, inches, miles, and so forth. So we're going to be able to convert, like if I give you 5 feet, you're going to tell me how many inches that is. If I give you 17 feet, you're going to tell me how many yards that is, and so forth. So on page 107 in your math book, you might want to use that as a reference when you're doing your homework. It gives you a chart that looks like this. It tells you 1 foot is 12 inches, 1 yard is 3 feet, or 1 yard is 36 inches. 1 mile is 528 feet, or 1 mile is 1,760 yards. And you're going to use those conversions to help you convert from any distance. These are all going to be links, and you're going to be given a length and asked to convert to a different unit of length. And so there's really one main rule. If first you're using this, but you're going to multiply if you're going to go from a larger unit to a smaller unit. So let's just talk about that. So like for instance, a foot, it's like this long. You're going to a smaller unit because an inch is like this long. So you're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit. If you're doing that, then you multiply, which makes sense because there's going to be a lot more inches than feet in the distance. So when I talk about this far, that's going to be like 3 feet, but it's going to be a lot of inches, right? So it should get bigger if you're using a smaller unit. So let's try one of those. Let's say I give you 4 feet, and I want to know how many inches that is. Give you 4 feet and ask you to tell me how many inches that is. Well, you're going to use this information from this chart to help you answer that, because we know that 1 foot is 12 inches, so you have to find which one you need. Okay, so in this case, we're going from feet to inches, so I'm going to find this one because it's feet and inches. So 1 foot equals 12 inches. So if 1 foot is 12 inches, then 4 feet is how many inches? Well, this one's 12 times as much as this one. Because 1 times 12 gets you to your 12 inches. So since we multiply that 1 times 12 to get here, we're going to do 4 times 12. And 4 times 12 is 48 inches. So that would be my answer for that one. So you're going to use this information to help you go from any distance to another unit. All right, so if you're going from the larger unit to the smaller unit, you multiply. And I just like writing this down here just to make sure I'm doing the right one, not dividing when I should be multiplying, or multiplying when I should be dividing. All right, but sometimes you're going to be going from a smaller unit, like I might give you 110 inches until you ask you how many feet that would be. Or I might give you like 57 feet and ask you how many yards that is. So let's talk about that. And if you do that, then you're going to divide. So let's say I give you 56 feet. But I ask you to tell me how many yards that is. Okay. So we're going to use this information because it's got yards and feet. 1 yard equals 3 feet. But when I write it down here, I probably don't want to write 1 yard equals 3 feet because my yards are on this side and my feet are on this side. So I want to put 1 yard on this side equals 3 feet. Now notice when you go from a smaller unit to a larger unit, you would have to divide. Like this is being divided by 3 because there's 3 feet in every yard. So you're going to divide how many feet you have by 3, and that's going to tell you how many yards you have. So if we divide our 56 by 3, that should tell us how many yards we have. 56 divided by 3. 3 goes into 5 once, and you get 3. Subtract, you get 2, bring down your 6. Okay, 3 goes into 26, not exactly the amount of times, but that's okay. So 3 goes into 26 8 times 8 times 3 is 24, and you get 2. So you're going to have this remainder of 2. So 18 remainder 2 yards. What that means is 18 yards, 18 full yards, and this 2 is how many feet are left over that don't quite make another yard. So it's 18 yards, 2 feet. Okay? You have your 56 feet and you're dividing it into groups of 3. Every group of 3 is a yard. So you get 18 groups. So we have 18 yards. And then we have this remainder 2. So there's 2 more feet that don't make a group of 3. Don't make another yard. So our answer would be 18 yards and 2 feet. Okay, so if you have leftover, keep it as a remainder and keep that remainder in the original unit. So we have 18 yards, but then the remainder 2 is in the original unit feet. Okay, so that could happen. All right, you should be good to go to convert any distance. Remember to match up. Use the one that has both of your units in it, and make sure you put them on the correct side. If you have a remainder when you divide, that was the original unit. All right, your homework is page 811 and 812 in your math book.